Greetings my friends, and welcome to another summary here my friends. Today we're going to be summarising the Great British Campaign. Just before we start the episode proper, we just want to get a brief overview of how and where we are at the moment. We're going to look at the Council's proposals. We're also going to be looking at what we have in terms of our military might, our current standing in terms of diplomacy, money, and also where our armies stand at the moment in terms of quality and quantity. As you can see, we have really managed to etch out a wonderful sort of empire here, which controls a good sway of Western Europe here. We have this finger here that sort of juts into Eastern Europe, Central Eastern Europe here in Dresden. We've managed to really hold this against sustained attack here from the Poles. And talking of the Poles, my friends, look at the sheer magnitude here of the Polish Empire. It is vast. All the way down to the Crimea here is under their control. They are one of the titans, one of the behemoths here, but we've held against them. And one of the main reasons we've held against them is because of the Council's wonderful advice. The Council are the ones that pulled us from the absolute depths of despair here in Istanbul, where we were just on the brink of collapse. We moved around here. We attacked France, who was an enemy of ours. We took Paris, and from there we moved against Brussels, Amsterdam, Cologne, Strasbourg, Hanover, and then ultimately Dresden, with, of course, Britain the absolute linchpin, the anchor from which our empire now exists. As you can see, we're starting even then to continue ramping up production here, moving into an economic basis now that we have full research and development in all areas. So there's not a single area we haven't now got maximum capacity in terms of our research. Even look at the naval here. Wonderful, sir. So we really are ramping up our production here. It's an absolute wonder. Now, as you can see, the main points of contact we're going to have with potentially, but we've got peace at the moment with Poland, but however that peace, dare I say, will not last long. Now, as you can see, we've got a huge plethora here. 2 to 3 army groups now in and around Stuttgart here. As you can see, we've got this large force here. 2 army groups here. We've got an additional 2 armies here as well. Now, it was the contention here of Field Marshal Ernoch that in fact we take the upper hand here, the sort of the front foot, and move against Stuttgart before the Poles move against us. And to that end, we did move a significant portion of our armies, our military might, to the borders here of Strasbourg and Stuttgart. Now, as you can imagine, it took a huge amount of effort and planning to do so, but it has paid dividends. We now stand ready to strike Poland if they move against us. Now, you may be saying, well, Mallow, what is the sort of the plan here the Field Marshal put into place? It was this. It was that we strike against Stuttgart, effectively straightening our line here. So we took Stuttgart, we would straighten our line. We'd have Hanover and Stuttgart as our sort of main front line. I know we've got Saxony over here, but that is sort of an anomaly, so to speak. It was a chance we took. We took it, we managed to hold it, and we hope to link up eventually with it. But for the meantime, it's going to be sort of a separate entity from the rest of the empire, as it were. If we take Stuttgart, as I said, we bring this sort of a straight line here of our front lines. But as you can see, what we wanted to do was wrap these 2 armies around here, so wrap them around here and engage these 2 forces here, maybe even these forces here as well, into a battle, at the same time striking for Stuttgart and also bringing these 2 very, very accomplished Polish armies into battle as well. These two, the force defending Stuttgart, not so much. As you can see, mostly cavalry, some line infantry, Grenadiers Regiment, backed up by, again, not the finest of forces, but the Winged Hussars would be brutal in the battle. They really were. They are some of the finest cavalry you will see. Again, not much fire support, so defending Stuttgart, but when you come on to the extremities here of Württemberg, look at that. I mean, that is a very, very powerful Polish force here. Uhlans, which are lancers, of course, plenty of marines, Albanian warband, Grenadier Guards, riflemen, guards units, engineers, horse Grenadier Guards, the whole kit and caboodle here, my friends. And also, as you can see here again, winged hussars, more marines, more blunderbuss shotgunners, line infantry. Got these European mercenaries. Two very, very powerful forces now to bring all of them in, because what we effectively want to do is surround this grouping. This is the single largest grouping of Polish forces anywhere on this front. You could argue, of course, this year, but they're more divided here, and they're also not in the best of shape, as you can see here in Magdeburg. This army, a sort of a strike force, but even then, not in the finest of shape. Again, Berlin, not defended by a magnificent force. In fact, most of it is artillery. And again, here in Lustia, the force, very, very minimal force. This is the power of the Polish sort of Western forces here in Stuttgart. And that's what we brought to bear. I mean, just feast your eyes on this. Look at that. Look at that. We've got Royal Cuirassier Guards. We've got our own Marines. We've got Marines, late Marines. We've got our own line infantry, still experienced. We've even got our own Lancers here. Heavy cavalry, lots of fire support. And we've also got, look at that. I mean, this is absolutely mad. Look at this force here. Absolutely one of the principal forces here. Well, the absolute powerhouse here. And not yet hasn't got a sort of council member as a general. So any council member that would like this army, it is available. Horse Guards, British Fusiliers, Royal British Grenadier Guards. Look at the line infantry. Look at the experience on line infantry. Grenadiers, as I said, Marines. Plenty of fire support as well. Absolutely magnificent. Even sharpshooters here. So that was the general idea, was to effectively swamp and surround this cluster of forces. Once we defeated this force here, a good majority of the power of the sort of the initial thrust from the Poles would be negated here. We would be effectively eliminate them from the order of battle. We've brought, again, from this particular two army groups here that are standing on the border, again, look at the power here. Guards, Life Guards, a Royal Irish Regiment, Scottish Highlanders, Royal Welsh Fusiliers, Coldstream Guards. We're bringing the absolute the apogee now. This might not look a powerful force, but it is more of a backup force, something that you would use to reinforce your push, your drive. Again, then we bring in the absolute real big guns here. This is Field Marshal Ernoch's army. Look at it. Royal Cuirassier Guards, Marines, Line Infantry, Horse Guards, Irish Rifles, Cuirassiers. Absolutely magnificent. Then we've got, of course, here Elizabeth Ernoch's. Look at this. Green Jackets. The absolute pinnacle of British fighting forces here. These two armies alone will probably break Stuttgart and the surrounding armies. That is no jest, my friends. We've also got Cologne, which is a highly fortified town. The defence before Amsterdam. Look at that. Magnificent there. All defensive forces. Here, all highly defensive forces, all line infantry to keep Amsterdam tied down. And we've got Brussels as well, my friends. Look at this. What a magnificent force. You know, we might swap this force out eventually here in Brussels, because it is a very powerful force. We might swap it out for another army, perhaps this one here, and move this one back into defensive positions. Paris, of course, being another defensive one. We've even got Royal British Marines here with knock, volleys, guns. Paris, of course, under our control, and of course we've got these incredibly powerful fleets here. Look at this one here under Lord Admiral Kavanagh. Look at this force. It is exemplary. We have another fleet here. We've brought all our fleets together. We've even got HMS Victory here. Another fleet here. Look at this. All the absolute HMS Elizabeth. Absolutely fantastic, my friends. It's real powerhouse. We've brought all of our major naval assets to one area here, so we can, if Poland moves against us again, we've got that firepower to really hit them hard. We're trading with Spain at the moment. Spain was an enemy of ours, but we did manage to bring them to heel, especially here, as you can see in Naples, where we were aiming for Rome, but they have reinforced Rome significantly here. That's a very powerful force there guarding Rome. And we've also got some outlining forces as well, which are very, very powerful. Even the army guarding Rome itself is incredibly strong, so Spain really have thrown a lot in here. We've even got this force moving down here, so if they moved against us, we would struggle to hold Naples. But we are looking to reinforce, because across the Mediterranean here, my friends, we do have Cairo, Egypt under our control, with the Alexandria, this now naval hospital, which we are beginning to build a very strong Mediterranean fleet here to try and hold against anything. We're also going to use Egypt or pester the council to reinforce the Naples garrison. Patras is also going to be needed to be held for the moment at least, because look at the forces here. There's a huge amount of Polish forces here that could easily swamp Patras. They haven't done so yet. For some reason they did keep their distance, but we are going to try and reinforce Patras if possible. Try and hold on to it, if for no other reason, to tie down these forces here from moving against us. We've got the Crimea as well, but look at this. We do have a huge trade now with Russia. It is huge. Look at that. The Russians really have, because at one point we were really at war with the Russians. In fact, we held Moscow, but we did give it back to them. As you can see here, they've got a lot of problems here, the Russians. That's -1, so they're not content here at all. Clamour reform is 18, that's what's doing it. And as they... Ooh, is that a potential rebellion? Is that a rebellion here? Potentially could see one on the cards there. We've got to keep an eye on things. We do have an agent here which we might send to Jerusalem just to keep an eye on what's going on here. We don't want to see the collapse of Russia just yet. We've also got this massive amounts of armies, these single units here, which we hope they can sort out. And as you can see, we do have, and all these single units, so we've got to be very careful that Russia doesn't start giving us a lot of problem with these single units here. If we have to do something about that, we will do. Hopefully they'll bring them all together, and that will sort that out. But if we have to do something about Russia, we will do that. So you can see, my friends, we do have a real foothold here. We're not going to be pushed around by Poland anymore. Poland, as I said before, don't really have many combat forces of great potential or great the ability to hurt us very much yet. We don't know what's behind this sort of iron wall, as it were, here, this iron curtain here. But we are going to be sending out spies further east to find out what's going on behind this here. And we do have a spy here who's going to be moving down to Munich eventually to find out what's going on here. There might be a massive Polish force here at the moment, but there's nothing. Of course, fully upgrading everything here in Paris and France as best we can here. Everything's going to be absolutely maximised in terms of money. Talking of money, we're getting 35,000 in here. The tax income is actually paying for the army, which is rare, but that's excellent. That's what we need to see. So hopefully that'll keep rising and we can keep control of this. The naval upkeep is starting to creep into the 100,000 here. We're only getting 20,000, almost 20,000 plus from tax income, so that's not going to, trade income, that's not going to really cover the naval income. And we've got 147,000 coming in, so it gives us about 35,000 in terms of our overall income. Look at that, Europe has been cut off here, the cotton here. Now, of course, we're at peace with the Mughal Empire, so we do have a good trade with them. Hopefully that will increase. We have nothing at all in the New World just yet until we gain Arcadia here now. So we've sent this army here under General Wang Chuk into Arcadia. It's a rebel-held region. It's going to give us a toehold here in North America. We've also just taken a quick look, because the council did advise us to move against Quebec. They have got some, effectively what they are, their version of the Guards units, and they've also got some scouts as well. But Canada was one of the targets, and that's rebel. Montreal is actually rebel. If we could take Quebec as well, that would give us a huge production centre right on the doorstep of the USA, who are allied with us. So we do have a very strong ally here, the United States, who are starting to really stretch their legs. They are going to become a very, very powerful force indeed. They do have most of this. Florida again could potentially be something for us, but I think the United States is probably going to be the ones that want Florida. We don't want to step on their toes just yet. Also, Newfoundland could be ours as well. Again, that's under rebel held garrison, which we might just move against as well. So taking our first steps into the new world. There's Martinique as well for the pirates, which the council wants us to take, and also the Bahamas. Sweden, who we are allied with, and we have helped out in the past, specifically against Russia. And they still have St. Petersburg here, which is excellent to see, keeping the Russians at bay. But as you can see, my friends, that is where we currently stand. That's our plans at the moment. Now, some of the council have also said to us, hold back, matter. Don't move against Poland just yet here in Stuttgart. Hold back. See what happens here. Build your empire, build your forces, get things, just have that sort of calm, that peace for the moment. And then, if Poland move against you, then you can strike against them. For the meantime, we're going to take that particular route. But if things change, then we will move against Poland in a great order. Believe me, my friends, it'll be an absolute huge fight for Stuttgart. But when we have to show the Poles we're not going to be pushed around you, my friends. Believe me, we're going to do that. We've also got Russian forces here in Sweden here, but look at that, they're in disarray effectively here. We've got Sweden hitting the income here for Poland. Oh, they had war with Poland. Let's have a quick look here. Very friendly. They are at war with Poland still, and at war with Spain and with Russia as well. United States very friendly. They're at war with the Cherokees, the Iroquois, and the pirates. It looks like the USA is going to effectively take over these nations here eventually and expand to be massive. We're one of the first major powers to be allies with the US. Spain is unfriendly at the moment with us, but not too bad. They're at war with Sweden. Russia is very hostile with us indeed. Same with Poland, which is just a matter of time, I think, before they might strike against us. And Mughal Empire are friendly with the Mughal Empire. But they're allied with Russia. That's a real problem there for us. Unfriendly here, Spain, New Spain, but we do get a huge trade bonus from New Spain. But my friends, that is effectively where we are at the moment. Of course, your advice, your tactics, your strategies, as always, most welcome, my friends. And you've been absolutely the driving force of this campaign. It's been a wonderful campaign. It really, really has. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you have as well, my friends. We've also got Tripoli, which I did forget. But again, not really going to give us much. We are going to start building some craft workshops here. We have got the Knights of St. John here as well. Got Poland. Anyway, friends, I hope you've enjoyed this brief summary of where we stand. We'll have to also repair that there as well. It's going to cost us 10,000, which we don't really want to invest at the moment, but we might have to get the trade going. But I hope you enjoyed this, my friends. Any comments, suggestions, tactics, strategies you want to sort of renew or change or alter or bring new ideas in after seeing this summary, please do so, my friends. We're going to jump straight into the campaign then, and we're going to start moving our forces around here, start rebuilding, start to increase our naval presence here as well, trying to get another fleet up as well, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have, as always, please keep your comments coming down below. Absolutely fantastic support. Thank you, my friends. Absolutely wonderful. Without you, my friends, this campaign, thus all other campaigns, would not be where they are. But until next time, my friends, bye for now. Greetings and welcome to episode 80 of my Empire Total War Darth Mod Great Britain campaign. And this, my friends, how we left it last time. Now, as you may have seen from the summary, my friends, we are beginning, or continuing, should I say, to build our forces now. We're starting to build the Empire to really solidify our hold here and what we have. We have put together a wonderful armies here. I mean, these armies are exemplary. However, we do have peace with Poland, but there have been calls from the council, particularly the higher echelons of the council, in particular Field Marshal Ernuk, that we should actually strike against Poland before they strike against us. But there also have been other calls from the other side of the council, also from some high-ranking council members saying that we shouldn't attack them just yet, but if we see any aggressive moves, then we should really move. So at the moment we can hold this sort of this raison d'etre that we have at them at the moment here, my friends, this sort of this equilibrium we have in them at the moment, but we're not going to just take it if they start moving more forces. Now we're trying to see what's here. What's in Munich? That's really crucial here to our decision making. Let's see what they've got here. Is a plethora here? No.
Anything else?
Now, are the Poles struggling here? We're seeing a number of their forces here with the flags torn, which means they don't have full capacity here. I wonder if is Poland struggling here for some... They shouldn't be struggling for money. These two armies here are exemplary here. We have to keep an eye on what's going on here. We also need to dig a little bit deeper into the east as well. This is where the real firepower is coming from here. However, we've got our own things to worry about here in terms of what we're going to do. Now we're trying to build another navy here. A really high-class navy here. Another one, a third one here. Now we do need to fill the full ranks here. We've got an admiral here waiting, HMS Britannia, to take over a brand new fleet. We've also got in construction here these two heavy first rates here. We've also got, and look at that. I mean, look at that fleet. It is a wonder. Look at the experience here. These are veteran crews here. Another one. This fleet here, as you can see, does have. This fleet here does have the HMS Elizabeth in here, which is a wonderful ship. It really is. Plenty of firepower. Not the same size as the first rates, of course. But these really are the apogee, the pinnacle of our fighting forces on the high seas here. Britain really should be a massive naval power. Now, we don't rival that of the Poles. The Polish Navy is considerable. We're looking to try and match that if possible. We're also constructing down here another fleet of our own, a Mediterranean fleet. A fleet that will take and guard the assets we have here, particularly in Naples and Moria, also in Tripoli here. Now, we don't have anything coming out of Tripoli here at the moment. This port here has been hit. It's going to cost 10,000. Look at that. We can actually get here a craft workshop here. Let's do that immediately. Now we do have Spain here on our western flank here. Got to be careful here. We've also got the Poles here who could land a significant force if they chose to take Tripoli from us. So we might start just looking to increase our garrison here, because it is a fortified town, it is a fortified city here. So we're going to have to make sure we've got some sharpshooters here. We might even move some additional forces from Egypt, which is going to be the linchpin here of us building our armies in the sort of the Mediterranean, the Middle East, as it were. We're going to get this agent onto one of the ships and moving in. We want him to be sort of scouting this sort of southern redoubt here of the Poles. Of course, there is Ankara. We've got good trade coming in here with Russia. Now let's continue here. We've got 30. We've got a good amount here. Let's continue putting together an army here that's going to be. I think we might start reinforcing Naples here, because if we go to war with Spain again, as you can see, Spain have been reinforcing Rome. Look at that. Considerably. That's a real powerhouse of cavalry here. It really is. Here as well, they've got some grenadier guards. Nothing to be sniffed at here at all. And indeed, look at that. That's a robust defence there, sir. So we've got to be careful here. We've got our own excellent armies here, but they don't quite match the offensive firepower there of the Spanish. Now, let's look at our Spanish unfriendly, as you can see, a -40. Not horrendous, but it would be enough for them to declare war upon us in a heartbeat. So we are going to be very, very careful what we're doing here. We're also looking to reinforce Patras. I know Patras is not really somewhere we want to hold a lot of, but if we can hold and delay these forces, or do some damage to them at least, it might delay them being moved else to other theatres. We want to hold this here. We've got a steam dry dock here as well. We might start to increase our shipbuilding capacity here as well. I don't believe we can get any more heavy frigates. I don't think we can get any more steamships, unfortunately. Or can we? Am I missing something here? I've probably gone straight past it. Oh, let's get some heavy first rates here. 2 of those as well. Just adding that little bit of panache, that elan here to our naval forces. And we've also got a number of factories and facilities opening up here in Paris. We do have trade with Russia. I don't know how long that's going to last here, but
my eyes are yours.
we're just going to scout Genoa and Milan here quickly.
Your eyes and ears.
Okay, they've got some. Yeah, they've got very strong forces here in the northern Italy here. Not here though. That's a lot of cavalry. Now Milan is relatively weakly held here. That's a powerful force. Let's not beat around the bush here. That's a powerful force there. We need to know what's in Venice as well, so we'll just send our scout out to Venice here, because remember, they are allies of Spain. We need all the information we can get here. Steady, gentlemen, steady now.
My eyes are yours. No one will suspect.
Oh, look at that now. Venice there. Venice is not well defended at all. And if we took Venice, we would definitely raise the ire of the Spanish. What's the income here? Only 2,000, my goodness me. They don't have much coming in there, but they should. Why have they only got 2,000 here? Tax is 0.47. Tax rate is nearly 50%, my goodness me, so that's why growth is suffering pretty badly here. Okay, I think that's all we're going to do for the moment. We have solidified our own hold on here, but I think we might use Paris here to continue. Oh, look at that. Of course, sir. There was me merely going to... Oh, Swiss Guards, sir. It's a joy to see. If that doesn't bring a tear to your eye, my friends, nothing will. Swiss Guards, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, the quality of the British forces is exemplary. It really is. My goodness me. Worth every penny. Would you look at that? What about in Amsterdam? What can we get in Amsterdam here? Can we recruit... Oh, riflemen, scouts, breech loader. I think we might get some of these gentlemen as well. They look pretty formidable. We have some sharpshooters. We might mix them with some sharpshooters. How many can we get here? What's the 6? I think we'll get 6 of them, and we will then distribute them around the armies we're going to build. We're going to build another elite army, maybe even 2 if we can. I'm a little perturbed. Oh, actually, we got the Black Watch on its way. Oh. Scottish Line Infantry, of course. And Green Jackets. Yes, Highlander Warpath. That would be excellent. Oh, good grief. Look at the immediate attack, immediate defence. They would be excellent just to pin down the enemy. Scottish Line Infantry, without a shadow of a doubt, my friends. It's definitely going to be used there. Now, we have neglected the New World so far. We have got this under siege here, which we will be taking in the fight here. They've got nothing here at all. Look at that. Not a single ounce of income. That really is a shame there. And they've got a silver minefield as well. We will then, of course, move over to Newfoundland as well. We're going to try and establish a foothold here. We've got a very good alliance here with the USA. Hopefully they're going to continue growing. We'll try and increase our foothold here as well in the Northern America. We need to find out what's going on here. We need to increase our foothold, our own foothold in these areas as well. So we might send some more fleets or some more scout ships. I think we might just do. I think we're going to scout there. Do we have any ships available at all? Aha! I think we're going to send some of these out. Just to scout, just to see what's about. We're going to see what's going on here. We need to scout these trade lines. Can we get more trade in here? But if we're going to go for the trade lines, we're going to need a specific navy just to protect them. I know I'm sending them probably to the wrong trade theatres, but as long as they get to where they need to be, we're not in any hurry to get that really going there, my friends. But what we are going to do is definitely be just checking them out. We've got to scout these out. I know the council have asked us to do that as well. I mean, look, I know they're not the most powerful of fleets, but they've got a lot of them. Look at that Russian fleet there. The Spanish, what have they got here? Nothing really of any great importance here. They've got a lot of second rates here. So we're going to build up our own. We've got another fleet here. That's what I mean, my friends. We've got this. They've got so much. The Poles. We've got to keep our fleets together here. If we can move in a pack, we stand a chance about picking off the Polish fleets. Now, I think that's all we can do at the moment. We've got 15,000 left. Can't do anything else just at the moment. Spain is still unfriendly. Hopefully that will turn, but Russia is hostile towards us. I wouldn't be surprised if Russia don't declare war upon us. And so Poland, but that's minus 96. There's a chance we might be able to turn that around. But I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see them moving against us very, very soon. If they do, we will launch a huge assault upon Stuttgart. Believe me, my friends, it will not bode well for them. We've also got Saxony here, which we are also trying to increase. We'll have some, I think we'll have some garrison guards as well, and put them into the actual garrison force. I said I move these into this force here. That's a powerful army there. That's a powerful army there as well. So we're just ready to strike into Berlin if we can, if we need to, or maybe even to help lift any sieges of Dresden. We shall not leave those men behind. Believe me. Right. I think we've done everything we can at the moment here. We haven't repaired that, of course, just yet, but we don't really want to spend 10,000 on that just yet. We're going to increase the number of forces we've got inside. We've got 124 pounder. We might have to put at least 2 in there to give us... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's bring that down. And let's start that again. That's going to be almost increasing as well. We'll make that a... we'll make this a... economic building. Let's get our economy really ramped up here. These will also soon be economic buildings as well. They were colleges. We've got a lot going on here. Swansea's got the steam engine here. Nothing else we're missing at all. Everything must be at peak efficiency here. I think we've done here. Let's, what we've got coming in now, 37,855. Right, let's end the turn. Let's see what happens. Spain just consolidating their forces there. We've got to keep an eye on our foes here, or our potential foes. Ah, wait a minute now. Where are you going, sir? Poland. Okay, we know they've got that force there in Warsaw. Oh. That's okay, because that's freed up that trade coming. Wait a minute, wait just a minute, sir. Where is that army going? We'll do it again if need be. If they come for us, I can promise you, we will respond in kind, sir. I dare you, Poland, I dare you. Then we'll unleash the absolute pinnacle of British fighting forces upon you, sir. I'm not going to start bogging down this campaign. Having thousands and thousands of individual units all dotted around, we will have to launch an assault against the Russians. It's as simple as that. Reinforcing Berlin or put... Wait just a minute, don't do it, don't you do it, sir. This is why we've got to reinforce Naples. And they're going to get another army. Are they going to get another army? No, it's Russia now. We're the only empire that's really stood up to the Poles. We're the only ones that really have given them a bloody nose when we fought them. We're starting to see now a lot of these smaller single units here, which is going to start really causing havoc. If we need to move against Russia, we will have to. Are they going to put together the forces here? We don't know. Look how many single units there are. It's crazy. That. Oh. They've moved him into a couple of forces there. That's strange. But if they start bogging down the campaign with these individual units, we will move against them. We've taken Moscow once from them, and we'll do it again if need be. They are not going to start bogging down this campaign. Having thousands and thousands of individual units all dotted around, we will have to launch an assault against the Russians. It's as simple as that. Look how many single units there are. It's crazy. Sweden, what are they going to do now? Will they be able to defeat that Russian force? It seems to not. I don't think they're going to. What are they going to do? Steady now, Sweden. Now they're allied with us, but we can't afford to send any more troops up to them. It's impossible, sir. Oh, that's going to hurt the Spanish. That's St. John. Venice. Oh, we also have to keep an eye on. United States. We're moving to New York for some reason, perhaps to move against. Wait, what? Rebellion, sir. Now, do we take this fight? What? How can that be possible? We're taking this fight. We're not going to have a defeat on our hands from no select number of rebels. Let's take this fight, my friends. We need to take it here. Not a chance. We're going to be defeated by that ragtag selection of rebels, sir. Not a chance. Against Britain's finest. Oh, look at this. A beautiful day. A crisp, clear day. Probably look at the afternoon to me here. We are going to look at the topography here. On this wonderful slope here. Slipping down to this sort of valley here. But look at that. Almost a pyramids like cliff here. That is unusual there, but we can only assume that's where the rebels are going to come from. We're going to absolutely blitz them. Now we've got two 24 pounders. As what the blazes is going on here? Now, that's more like it. Thank you. Absolutely slap bang in the middle here. We're going to put these gentlemen here ready to fire. We will put a select few in defence, but the rest we're going to take the fight to them immediately. Let me use the 8th Regiment here as the vanguard here, as you can see. Actually, no. We'll keep these gentlemen back to attack. We'll keep the 50th Regiment here in the vanguard of the defence here. Followed by the 85th on the right. Then we'll have the 49th on the left. With the garrison guard here. But I think we'll keep these on the flanks here. That will be our main defensive line here with the garrison guard. And the 32nd Foot Guards as well, the garrison guard here. To give us that extra punch, but we are going to push very hard here. Now, Cuirassiers. Got a good selection here. 4. I think we'll keep them all in one. Keep them all in one group here to really hit them hard with the garrison guard here as well. Oh, we got 15th. Look at that, we got Marines in here. Look at that. I mean, look at that. Now, let's get the Marines in here. We're going to really hit them hard here. We're going to show them what they're up against. They're up against Britain's finest here. We shall bring the 8th Regiment, which is a veteran unit. Any other regiments here that are veteran units? Not yes. 51st. I think we'll keep some of these units back as well. We don't want to use all of them. We want to keep, because they're not really needed. They can be just rested as it were. I think we'll have the 47th, 46th and the 91st attacking on the right hand side. We'll keep these gentlemen back though in reserve. There's absolutely no reason for these to be deployed. Excellent. An attack on both the left and the right. We're going to absolutely swamp them. Let's begin. There it is. There's the 8-inch mortars. Let's move, gentlemen. There it is. Oh, look at that. Golden beauty. Just ducking and weaving here. Let's get into the base of the hill here. We're going to swamp them. Let's go, check it out. Let's serve these rebels notice. Look at that hidden there. Absolutely square on there, sir. Got them. Got them. Now we're in behind them. Now we're in behind them. Open fire, lads. They're rebels, sir. They don't stand a chance. A joy to see, a joy to see. Oh, now look at that. Got them, they're broken, sir, of course they are. They're shattered. About face, lads, about face. Double time. Remember your training, lads. Remember your training. Get that flag up in the air, sir. They've gone. That's it, lads. We've got them. Yes. Of course. And it's ours. Arcadia is ours, sir. We've shown them now. Look at that. Absolutely. Our infantry did a wonderful job. The cuirassiers also. The line infantry was the absolute linchpin of that. Look at that. Arcadia is ours. Yes. Oh, look at that. Prime Minister, not the best Prime Minister in the world. A good Chancellor. Chief Justice, not too bad. Secretary, oh my goodness me, no, I don't. Oh, no, actually, no, that's pretty good. That's pretty good there. Lord Admiral, that's good as well. Minus there. Yeah. Not the finest. Let's have a look at our cabinet. America, yeah. I think we might need someone better than that. We're a constitutional monarchy, so we can't kick them out just. Oh, can we? No, we can't just yet. We could fire the minister and try for somebody else. We need someone who's going to be good in America. We can't really. Oh, Eve. Oh my goodness me. That'll teach me. That will teach me. Even worse. Hugo Hawking, a terrible decision. Look at that. -4 across the theatre for America. That is horrific. We should have stuck with who we had there. But we shall address that. That was my fault. What a terrible minister. God, Arcadia. 37 here. Excellent. We're starting to build up this wonderful navy here. What we will do, while we got the chance, if we'll actually put an admiral in here as well. Excellent. Egypt, seeing that
At the ready.
increase.
Forward. Up. Lord.
Let's put a general in here as well while we've got the chance. Elliot Brent. And our recruitment is going to continue at pace here. And also some 24-pounders of foot. Going to really give it a real hard edge. Jackets as well, wonderful. English Channel, so we're starting to increase here now our naval presence here. Do we have anything else we can really put into here that's going to... Some bomb catchers perhaps, maybe some frigates. Maybe some heavy frigates. I think just for that, some speed. We'll just put some heavy frigates in this particular fleet here as well, I think. Now, oh, look at that. Now they're almost done here. We are going to continue Swiss line infantry. That is a joy to see, it really is. Now here as well, we need to start increasing, which we are doing. They're going to be ready very soon.
Sir, your orders?
Ah, look at that. So we begin to increase our economic holdings. Anything else that he's almost done here? No, not quite yet. Moria, we've got those two gentlemen here. Only 12 pounders. What have we got in this army here? Nothing yet. We might have to start moving artillery across the water here into Moria. We want to hold Moria. We want to try and tie down as many Polish forces as we can here.
Yes, sir.
Now we do have an agent here, a gentleman which was sent to Jerusalem here. Just have a look and see what's going on here. Oh, that's again a lot of these individual units. We might have to move against the Russians if they slow this campaign down. We might use this army here to move against the Russians, particularly here in Jerusalem. That might be our goal here, to move against them here. We do have a spy here as well, which we are trying to put into.
Your eyes and ears.
Now he's in that there.
Slipping ashore.
Just have one.
Oh,
We'll wait till next turn till that's finished there. Heraklion would have been excellent for us, it really would have, but we haven't and can't quite get that here. We get the steam dry dock. We've got 2 heavy first rates in production here as well, and we might. We don't want to commit too much here. We just don't have the facilities here. But where are they going? Where's this force going here? Look at that. Ooh, but there's nothing coming in and out of there. There's no point doing that just yet. Let's make that an economic hub. What about in? No, that's at full capacity here as well. Look at that, Swiss mountain Jägers. Hessian Jäger. Pikemen. Definitely. And also here in Scotland. And here we've got I think we'll get some of these Marines and also some engineers. I should probably do some more cavalry. What about Ireland? If we're getting an island, Irish volunteers? I think so, sir. Thank you very much. And also some Irish rifles. It's probably Irish. Now we get Connaught Rangers first, because they really are elite. Oh, we're really starting to put together a wonderful force here now. Also need to get these gentlemen as well
My mission?
deployed all along the world, around the world here, to give us as much intelligence as possible. Now I think we might have to move against Russia, but if they do, steamship.
Ship shape and Bristol fashion, Captain. Yes, my lord.
Hang on, where are those steamships? Ah. Oh, steamships in. I think we just might have some of these as well, some steamships here. Yes, they don't have to worry about the wind, of course. That would be wonderful for us. Now, we've got a bit of a surplus here as well, which we'll add here. We've got good allies here in terms of Sweden. They're being hit by here, but by Russia. By damn, Russia's hit them hard here. Oh, look at that. They've taken Karelia. Plot thickens, my friends. Plot thickens indeed. Let's end the turn here. Let's keep an eye on what's going on with Poland. We'll end the turn. This will be our last turn here. And you will probably see some of the Russian turns actually removed because they take very, very long time. Don't be silly. Don't be silly now. Poland, don't do it. Poland, don't do it. New Spain. This is St. John. They haven't really moved much at Mukhal's. Same. What about United States? They moved against the Iroquois. They could be Quebec. Quebec would be a wonder to get that city. It really would. And they've come back again. They're going to get thrashed again, sir. The rebels. You saw that then, my look at that. Winter has come. -2. Oh, look at this. That is a wonder.
Lord.
We're going to start putting these armies together very soon. Look at that. That's going to increase our regional wealth here fantastically. We've got to make sure we can upgrade all these. Everything has to be upgraded here. We've got 36,000, 31,000, so that income has dropped. That's gone down, the tax income. Cambridge again, and also Oxford. That's been upgraded here. Everything has been upgraded. Everything. Here also, we're going to spend all of our money upgrading all of these to full capacity. Is that everything? I believe it is. Now what do we need to do? Yep.
Ready for order.
This army's looking very, very good now. We need cuirassiers. And an additional regiment. Might get some engineers here. Some light infantry as well, just to add that smattering of forces. But we are starting to build up another force here. Look at that. Ooh, Hessian-Jäger. Swiss Mountain for definite, my friends. Now this is not the final composition of the army. We're just putting these units into one army so that we can distribute them around later. We are going to see.
Make ready.
Look at that force there, sir. Now we definitely need some more artillery for this here.
Your orders, Your Majesty.
Because this army is going to pack a real punch. I think we might start moving towards striking against Poland here. I think we might take the fight to Poland. And we're going to move these additional forces in here because we've got the potential here to really hit them hard.
Your orders.
We will follow General Ernuk's guidance in terms of striking against them. 24 pounders. We have 3 of those. And we shall have 2 24 pounders.
Yes.
We will need some cavalry in here though as well. Cavalry should come from here. Ooh. I think we get some Lancer Guards. Some Cuirassiers. My goodness me, the potential we have here is extraordinary. Connaught Rangers still there. We will need cavalry. 4 regiments.
Your Majesty.
Also require cannon. Let's get the cannon in the production. Building those. There's 150 there. Also our army upkeep has gone up. That shot right up there. Cannon's still waiting here as well. What we might do is get this spy.
Ship's orders
At your
waiting.
service.
Set sail.
Let's move into
Ready
Bulgaria.
for action. I cannot do that. Yes, Captain. Still shipshape. Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye, Captain.
Going to ground.
Yes, Your Majesty.
We get. Oh, look at that! They've got a lot of forces down here. The Poles are a lot of forces. My goodness me, my friends. But we're going to end this episode here. This has been sort of one where we were just consolidating, building, gathering intelligence on our enemies. I think we might strike against the Poles here. We need to take the fight to the Poles here. But we're building some incredible armies. We really are. We do have the noise in the background, my friends. We just got someone who's just woken up.
Bristol fashion, Captain. Awaiting further orders.
We're just examining what's going on here, see what's about, what we can and can't take eventually. The same here, mind you, Poland has got quite the presence here, it really does.
Any orders? Ship's orders, Captain. Ship's orders. All away. Any orders? Ready for action. Still shipshape. Any orders?
Excusing those in the background, my friends, you can probably guess who that might be.
Set sail. Yes.
So all of these are taken.
Ship's orders.
That's absolutely fine. Well, at least we know now, we've scouted out this, which is excellent, my friends. But we're going to end this episode right there, my friends, and I hope you've enjoyed it as well. Always, please keep your comments coming down below. They've been absolutely phenomenal. The reason with the this campaign is where it is because of you, my friends. It's been exceptional. It really has. Thank you for all of you for your wonderful support. Get your plans and comments down. We are starting to increase our army count here. We've got another army being put together in London, outside London, another one in Edinburgh, another one in Paris, and another one in Amsterdam. That should be enough to potentially push against Berlin and Munich at the same time, as well as Strasbourg. Stuttgart, I beg your pardon. So that really would be a huge operational goal for us if we were to take Berlin and sort of join it with the Dresden garrison here. It would effectively remove the Polish presence and indeed their power from the west, the western and sort of middle Europe. What a fight, my friends, that's going to be. But it will be coming. It will be coming. We're also increasing our fleets as well. Hope you've enjoyed it, my friends. As always, whatever you're doing, please be safe. But until next time, bye for now.